What's going on, everyone? It's JTLive and welcome back to another episode of South Stand Signings, this series, of course, where we go through everything happening in and around the world of Leeds United, and we have a little talk about it. And today is the day that we have all been waiting for, and Leeds have sparked into life. There was some murmurings last night about Leeds finally making a big move in the transfer market, and today we have all woken up to see the news. I've left it for a few hours to let the dust settle, see what else could appear from the woodwork, and have a little talk about all the upcoming updates with you guys. But it just goes to show that Leeds United move in silence, because a lot of these stories that are coming out of the woodwork is nothing like anything we've been talking about or discussing recently. Leeds United under the 49ers are smooth operators, it may seem. Maybe I'm just a little bit too positive. But anyway, as always, let me know what you guys think about everything down in the comments section down below. For now, let's get straight into the first story, which is a very quick update on Rabbi Matondo. We spoke about him yesterday and the potential of him joining Leeds United. Obviously, Rangers have signed his replacement, but it does appear he is now instead set for a move to Blackburn Rovers, which isn't necessarily the worst thing, because we broke down the stats. Yes, he was very versatile, but not a lot of you guys seemed too keen on him, and for me, he seemed like what would be an additionary signing, not someone that is really going to get the fans too excited in terms of quality on the wings. However, yes, it does seem like Leeds United weren't as interested and did not give as big of a proposal as Blackburn, and it is likely that he will end up over there instead of that. Now, in other news, there are some more exciting signings on the horizon in the wing department for Leeds. One of them being the big one. I don't want to waste any more time. I want to get into Largie Ramazani, of course, playing for Almeria last season, and before that was a product of the Manchester United academy. And apparently, this is meant to be one of 4 new transfers that Leeds are looking to get done within the next week. Very, very exciting stuff. At £9.9 million, I believe could go up to around 11. It does seem like this might be Leeds' most expensive transfer of the market, of the window, which, you know, you make of what you will. Jonathan Rowe is going to cost around 15 million. Should Leeds be still looking around that 15 to 20 million pound price range, especially given the fact we just sold Rutter for 40 million on top of what we've already made this summer. A lot of you guys were saying you'd like us to go in big for one big 30 million pound transfer, one 15 million, and, you know, really go quality over quantity. But 9.9 million and the quality of the player is nothing to snub at, and it does seem like it was a good deal because of the fact that they got relegated down to La Liga 2. With 3 more signings wanted, the 49ers enterprise could still yet break that figure. Now, as you can see here on this article, he is pictured here in his new Leeds United training kit, looking rather fly, rather fresh, ready to rumble in the jungle. He is currently taking his Leeds United medical ahead of a proposed transfer. That medical is underway as we speak. It is deep into its progressions as we speak, and it would appear that they are just hammering out the last few parts of the deal, that being the promotional video, that being the kit, that being a lot of other things in terms of sponsorships, etc., that do go into these transfers. I know we're all sat here like, just hurry up, make the deal official, announce him, but you do have to go through a few of these loopholes nowadays. So he is still going through that. But as you can see here, Diamant Ramazani showing a little sneak picture of Largie Ramazani having a little training session on the bicycle in the Leeds United training room, which I must say looks absolutely beautiful. They've clearly done this place up in the Bielsa times, and we do have some really good infrastructure down there. Now, one part that is very important to talk about with Largie Ramazani is the fact that he is going to count as a homegrown player. He is not English, but there is a little tweak within the clause when it comes to Ramazani, and that is because of the fact that he is yet to be 21. He fulfills the EFL quota. Adding Ramazani to a currently threadbare squad does not only give the sum of a replacement he was looking for, but also a homegrown player to help the club fulfill their EFL quota. Losing the likes of Archie Blake and Kamara, both homegrown themselves, has left further gaps in the squad. Obviously, you're only allowed a certain number of players in your squad that are not under that homegrown quota. However, I believe the loophole is because of the fact that he signed for Leeds before the age of 21, even though he has declared himself a Belgian international, he does still come under the homegrown quota status because of his time at Manchester United. It is a little bit of a confusing one. The two other players Leeds have been linked with are Salai and Benson. We'll get into Salai in a little bit. Will not fulfill EFL's room on homegrown players, making Ramazani even more important for a side whose currently features just 19 first-team players. And we will look at this. Largie Ramazani will be categorized by EFL as a homegrown player once his LUFC move is confirmed. Important, Leeds United tick the several box after several homegrown players left this summer. They don't really go into the reason as to why he is. Oh, here we go. Belgium Youth International Ramazani was born in Brussels region but moved to London aged 12, joining Charlton Athletic and then Man United's academy before his switch to Almeria, which is the reason as to why he will come under the homegrown status. So let me know what you guys think about this. Do you really feel like this could be a good move for Leeds United, or would you rather have gone for some of the other names that are potentially more proven in the league? I, for one, am very excited about the potential of this, and this is why. Let's have a little look at his stats. Largie Ramazani is set to join Leeds, and last season he averaged a solid number of chances created per 90 in La Liga, sat around the numbers of Real Madrid's Vinicius Jr. at 1.49, Atletico's Antoine Griezmann at 1.46, and of course Barcelona's Lamine Yamal at 1.56 chances created. These are some of his breakdowns per 90: 0.17 goals scored, 2.31 shots, 0.29 assists, and 1.51 chances created per game, which is, decently impressive when you look at the fact that Leeds United have really struggled to create. And the fact that he was doing this in a struggling Almeria side maybe could go to show you what he could do in helping Leeds actually create chances this summer and potentially bringing the best out of a Mateo Joseph kind of figure. Now, let's go a little bit more into his stats for last year. He is a man who obviously played a lot of his early days at Man United, coming through at youth level, under 23s, under 18s, where he put up decent figures, but of course has spent a considerable amount of time at UD Almeria, playing 128 games for them, registering 22 goals and 9 assists. In last year alone, he got himself 3 goals in the league, 5 assists in the league, and 1 assist in 2 Copa del Rey appearances, featuring for 99 minutes. He played 12 games at left wing, also featuring 5 times in centre forward and 2 times on the right. So it does seem like Gnonto might be pushed back over to the right hand side if this move, well, not if, when this move is completed. Do you see that as Leeds not trusting Gnonto on the left and rather having him on the right, or do you see this as Gnonto potentially also making his way out of the club as well? It's going to be very interesting to see how he reacts to playing with someone now who is predominantly left on the left-hand side, and that is what a lot of people say Gnonto's preferred position. Anyway, that's enough on that. Let's get into some other stories. Now, on to some other stories. We've got this man, Liam Cooper, who has apparently attracted several offers on the table, and Daniel Farke has confirmed that he is leaving Leeds United. Leeds cleared house with a number of fringe players, Liam Cooper being one of them. Liam Cooper's situation is an interesting one, confirmed by the club as in talks over a possible new deal, but nearly 2 months on from his deal expiring, he is still a free agent, and he apparently has several offers on the table. What those exact offers are, we are yet to know. As we said, the club likes to keep a lot of these things close to their chest. Now, speaking of something that's also been close to their chest, this man, Roland Sallai, is someone that has come out of the woodwork very recently that Leeds are looking at. Roland Sallai, sorry, not Roland Sallai, is someone that Leeds are very interested in signing. Now, not a lot of you know too much about him and his time in the Bundesliga, but one thing that is important to note about Roland Sallai is the fact that he is the man who knocked Scotland out of the Euros, if my memory serves me correctly, with that last-minute goal for Hungary. And it was a beautiful, well-worked goal indeed. A lovely counter-attack in the 99th minute, but he is a man that Leeds United are looking to potentially get in the number 10 role. Now, it wasn't a deal that Leeds thought was really possible earlier on in the season. In the transfer window, it did seem like one that was not going to be feasible. However, this all changed because of the fact that Freiburg, if you listen to the reports, Freiburg have been told that they must sell before moving on an attacking signing of their own. Salai was first revealed as a Leeds target via the YEP's Inside Ellen Road newsletter on Wednesday, with the recruitment chiefs harbouring hope of a late summer coup that might not have been possible earlier in the transfer window. The 26-year-old has vast international and European experience, but is into the final year of his contract in southwest Germany, opening up the possibility of a move away. The YP believes Salai is on a list of possible options before August 30th deadline, and those in charge at Ellen Road might hope to benefit from recent developments at the Europa Park Stadium, where Sky Germany's Florian Pattenberg reports that Freiburg are exploring a deal to sign Hertha BSC attacker Fabian Rees, although they must sanction an exit before proposing with the deal. Pattenberg claims that Freiburg must sell at least one offensive player before moving forward with the pursuit of Rees, who is open to move and valued at around £8.5 million by his parent club. There's no suggestion this could be who could be sold. If Rees is to replace a current option. One of their wide attackers seems most likely like the exit. Both Rees and Salai can play across the attacking unit and former feasibly replace the latter. Furthermore, only Salai and left-back Berke Yilmaz are into the final year of their respective contracts, at which point a decision needs to be made by the club. Now, unless if he does decide to really pledge his future to the club and become someone that they can look at to build around, it does seem like they might need to let him go now. Whether Leeds will be his prime destination, I don't know. He might have a couple of options playing in a higher level of football for Leeds, but what we do know is if he is going to cost us around £10 million, we should have a decent whack of wage bills to throw at him to potentially lure him over to the club. Now, where would he play for Leeds United? Salai, let's have a little look at this one as well. We can feature off the right-hand side, which could really bolster up the side with Ramazani playing off the left, potentially Salai giving us options off the right. He can also play in centre forward and second striker. Could be a perfect Joël Perrault replacement in that number 10 role, because Joël Perrault is not really cutting the mustard in that role right now, and he could help to fill up quite a few gaps for Leeds United. In the Bundesliga last year, he played 27 games, registering 3 goals and 2 assists. 9 games in the Europa League, where he was more impressive with 4 goals, 1 assist, and only 1 game in the DFB Pokal, but got himself a goal and assist that game as well, featuring 3 times from the right mid, as I said, 18 times right wing, and not a lot from the left-hand side of the pitch. Again, leaving you Ramazani and, of course, Nonto as your prime suspects for the left wing, and giving you Salai and Dan James as your 2 options on the right-hand side. So he would fit into the club very, very nicely. But again, we're going to have to wait and see how those things could break down for Leeds United in the future. And finally, there are reports that Mateusz Klich highly rates Bogutz, and some people believe that we should go back into him, Mr. Will Butcher being one of them himself. Me, however, I'm not sure that that move has any kind of legs to stand on. So let me know what you guys think about all of this anyway down in the comment section down below. Are you excited about Ramazani? Do you think Salai could be the man? Please let me know down in the comment section down below. For now, guys, I will see you very, very soon. Au revoir, my brothers and my sisters.